to try that again. Hold on. I'll edit all that out in post. And go.
Live.
From the Queen City studio.
With the Deacon live.
Right now. Ready? Yes.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, did you survive Black Friday? And Home Alone, the classic movie, gets a reboot, and it gets a little twisty as well. And all TikTok, you don't stop. And online shopping versus inline checkout. All these topics and much, much more will be discussed here on Deacon Live. My name is the Deacon. I forgot what we were doing here. My name is the Deacon. Give us a call here at the station at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at the Queen City studio, located just outside of Charlotte in a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. And make sure you follow us on Twitter, all our social networks, and all that stuff. And the way you do that is go to ProphetRadio.com. How are you? I always say, make sure that everyone's doing okay. I'm really excited to talk to you. I'm glad you guys tuned back in. And one thing that we do on occasional basis is we put our hands above our head and big stretch, deep breath in, and let it out. Oh, my God. Whew. So, on to Christmas, huh? You guys ready for this? Oh, man. Holy Jesus. Can we get a little bit more? I think the way the social network and the way the whole social environment is, I think every year gets more and more stressful. It seems like it's more and more. We are all connected through the whole. Of course, we all through the Facebook feeds and all the social contacts and stuff, but we like to share a little bit more, and every year we get a little bit more open up. We open up to each other a little bit more, and this is what we're doing here, and this is what we're doing there, and it just seems like I don't know, it's not ours anymore. It's not our family Christmas. It's not our own personal experience. You when you have a family around and you want to be that What am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say is, it's you and your family members and stuff. It's more intimate. That's the word I'm looking for. It's more intimate. And when you start posting all this stuff on Facebook and stuff, it's not an intimate thing anymore. The whole family Christmas experience is not intimate anymore. It's everyone can see it and everyone can pick you apart. And look at his tree and look at her tree and look at what they're wearing and look what they're doing and look at their house and their house, and everyone's got to have the mansion house and have to have the Griswold lights, everywhere. And some people just can't do that. I mean, think about all the other people that can't do that so look at your friend's feed. Now, my friend's feed is outside of this realm that we're talking about. Because it's kind of like twofold. It's my personal page, plus it's also the Deacon Live Facebook page at the same time. But I mean, for those of you, I'm scrolling through and I'm watching your pictures and I'm looking at your stuff and I'm like, oh, that looks really cool. That's really neat. That's very interesting. Whether you've got 200 friends or 500 friends or even like one friend. If you've got one friend and I'm not one friend and you post something and I think it's kind of cool, I kind of like it. But we've taken the whole intimacy out of Christmas and having the family dinner. Everyone's got to, now we do the normal pictures, the big long table with, pops at the end of the table and all the cousins and nephews and nieces and stuff that are out of town along the side. And then there's the long picture of everyone sitting at the table. I got to remember, I changed the cameras again for the YouTube page. Tried to change the camera angles a little bit more. So if you're a friend of ours on YouTube, let me know what you think as far as the camera angle, because I changed them around a little bit. So here you go. But we've lost that intimacy, and I don't know if what goes from here. What happens after this. Pretty soon we'll just have, what's the movie? Wow, goddamn. What's the movie I just saw where the girl, it's a horror movie where the girl had the phone, and it was her mother's voice in the phone. And at the end of the movie, I don't even know what the movie's name is, so I'm not spoiling anything. She's sitting there cooking Christmas dinner, and she's got all the family members that she's killed and stuff around the table, but they're artificial intelligence. So there's a phone here and a phone here and a phone here, and they're all responding as if they were that person, and then it gets a little twisty at the end of that. Oh, so Christmas coming up. You guys ready for it? Have you done all your shopping? Have you survived the Black Friday? Now, Black Friday, I think for the most part, has lost its buzz, its feel, its excitement. A lot of people were closed on Thanksgiving. You didn't see as many stories on the old news networks. The terrestrial, the cable, not the cable, your local channels, as far as people waiting outside. Actually, I take that back. I did see one news article on the local Fox 46 here in Charlotte that said this guy's been waiting out here for 3 days outside of Best Buy. And it shows him, and he's the only one there. He's the only one there. And it's like him and his brother-in-law, and they got a tent. They literally had like grills, like they were camping out at Moss Park or something down in Florida. They were sitting there, and they had the grills, they had the coolers and stuff. Normally, when you saw people camping out, they were like those little one-person dome tents sitting on top of each other, side by side. Barely anyone could move or anything. No, this article was they were just sitting around. These two guys were like going, well, we thought it'd be a little bit more crowded. I guess we'll be first in line for whatever they were waiting in line for, because most of the stuff you can get online. It's so easy to shop online, and I took advantage of that. Yes, the Deacon took advantage of shopping online because, as you guys know or may not know, and first-time listeners to the show, we appreciate you. But DeaconLive sits on a 20-some-odd acre ranch. So we have a huge studio here. It's about an 800-square-foot studio. And for me to drive somewhere takes a good, you got to be committed. When you leave the property, you got to be committed. It takes a good 35 to 40 minutes to get somewhere, get what you got to get, and then, 35, 45 minutes to get back. So when you do the Christmas shopping, you got to have a list. You got to have something. You got to get ready to go. Are you going to do this? And are you going to do Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? What are you picking up? Where's the best place to shop for this? And where's the best place to shop for that? Now, granted, even when you go into Charlotte is, let's say, you've got Orlando, which is where I'm from. I was born and raised in Florida. Born and raised in Orlando, Oak Ridge City, Valencia, UCF, go Knights. But it's so saturated with stuff or stores to buy stuff at. I remember my aunt, my grandmother at the time, was living in Titusville, and she passed away. But my aunt was living out there with my grandmother to take care of her and stuff. She would drive into Orlando. And as a child growing up, I'm like, why would you drive into Orlando? Have you ever been to Titusville? There's nothing in Titusville. So she would drive into Orlando to do her Christmas shopping. Now, this is, 70s, 80s, and even in the mid 90s, she would drive into Orlando to do her Christmas shopping because there was nothing out there. So that was so weird to me. But now that I'm here on the French, I realize that it takes a long time to go anywhere. But thank God technology is caught up, and we can do all our shopping online. The funny thing is, when I say shopping online, I forgot I brought this in. So I'm sitting there doing my normal day's activities, and I took a break and sat down and playing my little PlayStation game, my little PlayStation 4 game for a little bit. My wife's working in the back office and stuff, and all of a sudden, we have a pretty long driveway to get down the property so we can see anyone coming down the driveway there. And here comes the mail lady. Now, the mail courier in this area is not like your normal, I forget what those units are called. They're called like an MR47, the actual cruiser that the mail people carry, or mail carriers drive in. They only go 45 miles an hour, and the steering wheel's on the right. All the mail carriers out here in this rural town is someone's car. Literally, you've seen them in some areas where they're sitting on the passenger seat and driving and braking with their left foot and steering with their left hand and delivering mail out the right side. That is a talent in itself, by the way. And we saw the mail lady. She actually special ordered a Jeep, like a Jeep Wrangler. They're easy money. And with a steering wheel on the right-hand side. So she can deliver and do her job. She does this route and stuff. So we saw her coming down the driveway, and we always buy from Amazon. We get our dog food from Amazon. There's some horse products and stuff. We get our, like, supplements for the horses and stuff we get from Amazon. And here she comes down the driveway. I'm like going, babe, did you order anything? She's like, yeah, I got a couple things out, but I didn't get any notices. And I'm scrolling through my emails, looking if I got notices and stuff. And I'm like, I don't have any notices. I said, the one thing that I bought, and we'll get into that here in a little bit, is not due till, actually till Monday. So I go out there, and she's got a car full of friggin' boxes, and she's a middle-aged black woman, and she's like going, can you help me look for a box that's got your address on it? I said, sure, no problem, because we become friends of her dropping stuff off. And so I'm looking around the boxes and telling them, like, here it is, and I pull it out. You ready for this? You ready for this? Hold on. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, here it is. Hold on, let me make sure I got a good, if this is a good picture of it. All right, so here it is. It is a, it is Farberware, bakeware, 2-piece 11x17 cookie pans. Yep. So I open it up. And I'm like, well, maybe it's like I ordered a new keyboard for one of the computers we have in the house. And I open it up, and sure enough, you ready for this? What does it sound like? Yeah, 2 brand new cookie sheets. And I'm like, well, maybe they messed up. Well, maybe they messed up and shipped it. And I'm looking at it. Nope, sure enough. Hold on, I can flip this over so I can read it. There's my address. There's my name. That's me. The city I live in. And then it says, you know, carrier leave if no response. So she always says that. And it's from the Mile High Savings in Kentucky. And I'm like, I don't remember ordering this. Oh, yeah, it just hit the floor. So I don't remember ordering this. And I'm thinking, I'm scrolling through all my stuff, and I'm like, babe, you know, check out your Amazon account. She's like, no, when I order stuff, it comes in under my name or her name. She's like, babe, that's under your name. And I'm scrolling through my Amazon account and looking, and I don't see anything that says that I ordered 11x17 cookie trays. Now, if one of our fans out there, it has been done before, they've sent me some weird stuff. If you guys have sent me this because you thought I knew or do know, I do need these pans, by the way, that you've sent these out to us. I appreciate it. Thank you, Anonymous, whoever you are, I appreciate it. And if it's just a mix-up at Amazon, I don't know how it would be a mix-up. My name's on it. The address is on it. And there was no invoice. There was no invoice sheet or anything saying, you know, purchase here or you purchase it here on this credit card or whatever. I got nothing. So I got a bonus. I got a little bonus pack there. So 11 by 17. Those are huge. Farberware. They're not cheap. They're probably, I'm looking at them. Yeah, they're probably about maybe $60. I don't know, 60, 75 bucks. I haven't priced cookie sheets in a while, but maybe that's about what they're worth. So I appreciate whoever did it, or if I did it in my sleep and I don't remember. But there's, like I said, there's no invoice or anything. So when we come back, we're going to talk about a little bit more into Black Friday and what Walmart's been doing, whether you agree with it or not. I'm having fun with it, and some other people are too. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Always hate the first segment. Always hate the first segment because I'm trying to cram everything in and not blow all my load in the first segment of the show. All right, stick around. We'll be right back. All right, so we'll do both on this page. Okay. Woo! Kind of chirpy. Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Make sure you go to the Prophet Radio website, and there's a little blue bar, little blue tab that says Be Heard. Click on that. It sends a voicemail, sends a voice message right to our website, and you can tell us anything that you've heard or want to comment on anything that we've talked about here on the last couple podcasts of Deacon Live. Hold on. I run up here to the studio, and it makes me burp. And the reason why I say go to the Prophet Radio website and click on Be Heard, because normally, I'm getting ahead of myself here. We have a new sponsor. Hold on. That's stupid. I'll talk about that. I'm going to cut that out. So one thing that we do here at DeaconLive is we have a section on our members only section. And the way you go to or get to be part of the members only section is go to ProphetRadio.com and click on the members only section. Here they come. Let's see what happens. Hi, you're live on the air.
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty.
Okay.
You should have received something in the mail about your car's extended warranty. Since we have not gotten a response, we are giving you a final courtesy call before we close out your file. Press 2 to be removed and put on our do not call list. Press 1 to speak with someone about possibly extending or reinstating your car's warranty. Again, press
1.
I am sorry. That's not a valid extension. Please try again.
Oh, I lost them. Anyway, so when you go to ProphetRadio.com and click on the Be Heard section, you can leave a voicemail. It comes right here to the station, and we'll play it live here on the air. Now, one thing that we do here at the DeaconLive, I'm all out of whack now that the phone call came in, and I knew who it was. I could see it right away. It's part of the members only section is oh God, how am I going to do this? Let's see. DeaconLive is giving something back to you, and this little episode of what am I talking about? We want to give you just a small little clip of the bad calls that you get on DeaconLive, the members only section of DeaconLive. Now I'm out of whack. I gotta stop. To the Prophet Radio website, and there's a little blue bar, little blue tab that says Be Heard. Click on that. It sends a voicemail, sends a voice message right to our website, and you can tell us anything that you've heard or want to comment on anything that we've talked about here on the last couple podcasts of DeaconLive. Hold on. I run up here to the studio. I'll talk about that. I'm gonna cut that out. Right. Well, and the reason why I say go to the Prophet Radio website and click on I run up here to the studio, and it makes me burp. And the reason why I say go to the Prophet Radio website and click on Be Heard, a couple podcasts of DeaconLive. Hold on. And the reason why I say go to the Prophet Radio website and click on Be Heard, because normally, right. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself here. We have a new sponsor. Hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'll talk about that. I'm going to cut that out. So one thing that we do here at right, well, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So one thing that we do here at DeaconLive is we have a section on our members only section, and the way you go to or get to be all right, now I've got that under control. Maybe that's about what they're worth. So I appreciate whoever did it, or if I did it in my sleep and I don't remember, but there's, like I said, there's no invoice or anything. So when we come back, we're going to talk about a little bit more into Black Friday and what Walmart's been doing, whether you agree with it or not. I'm having fun with it, and some other people are too. So stick around. You're listening to DeaconLive right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back. You're listening to DeaconLive right here on Prophet Radio. Give us a call here at the station anytime at 407-448-8800. Texas Live at any time in the Queen City studio, located just outside of Marshville in a beautiful little town we like to call... Oh, actually, I had that backwards. I'm messing shit up left and right. Delete. Yes. Done. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Join us on Facebook. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. And the way you do that is go to ProphetRadio.com and click on all our social networks and all the stuff that links us to you and you to us. Now, we were talking about the Black Friday stuff. And one thing I do want to mention is at the Prophet Radio website, there's a members-only section, and we have a section that's dedicated to bad calls that we get here to the station. When I say bad calls, normally it's telemarketers, and it's normally people trying to sell me something or do something, lower my interest rate and stuff like that. Now, we have just recently posted a small episode of bad calls on the website and stuff, and actually through the your iHeartMedia, your Spotify, wherever you listen to us as far as podcasts, we have a small little episode up there, and make sure you click on that and listen to it. I think there's a couple of them up there. One says he's 38. One says something else as far as Lewis's first day, but those are kind of fun. They're just a small little sample of what the members only section gets. And it's a small subscription fee for that. But one thing I do want to talk about is there's one of them where it's Carnival Cruise Line, or it's a company that called representing Carnival Cruise Line. Now, as soon as I said a certain thing, they hung up on me. So I want you to listen to that, and I want your reaction to that, to whether it was me or whether it was the caller on the phone, why they hung up on me. So listen to that and go to the Prophet Radio website and click on the Be Heard section, and I want to get your feedback on that as well. So now back as far as feedback. So we have Black Friday, and you didn't hear a whole lot as far as Black Friday, as far as people standing in line or anything, and a lot of people were doing the whole online shopping more than anything. But there's one website that I've been following, and I love to see it. Since the history of the internet that it came out, it's called, actually, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, just search for Deacon Live on YouTube and you'll find us, all one word. And it's you ready for this? I know it's kind of morbid. It's the Black Friday deathcount.com. Now, this past Black Friday, I don't know if you want to take a gamble. Think of how many people, all the news stories, and now, granted, everything was low. Everything was kind of, not as a rush. There's no big lines or anything, and you didn't see a whole lot of news articles as far as people fighting. Now, let me do this. Hold on. Give me a sec while I look. So this year, Black Friday death count was 12 deaths. That's 12. And 117 reported injuries. Now, reported injuries means, the hospital or someone was taken out and the website got a hold of it. Now, for example, last year in 2018, here's one death injury. A man was shot, 27, shot in the parking lot just outside of Southeast Keys, Ottawa. Here's another one. Here's an injury. A man was wounded inside New Jersey Mall at the end of Black Friday. 2 people were stabbed in Macy's in Destiny, USA, and that's 2 people. Here's a killing. 1 dead and 2 wounded, injured, while a 12-year-old girl in Alabama in a mall shooting during Black Friday. Black Friday altercations, Kmart leaves a man with a shattered hip. So there's all this other stuff. But the death count, I hate to say the death count, anyone who dies, 1 is way too many. But the death count this year was only 12 in the whole United States on Death Friday. Black Friday death count. There was only 12 with only 117 injuries, which I think personally is kind of low. It's very low. I mean, think about like the first day of school. The whole entire nation, all the kids are going back to school, and granted, there's not 12 deaths or anything like that, but just think of the injuries and stuff as far as let's amp it up. How many car accidents had happened during first day back to school with buses and kids trying to figure out how to get across the road, and parents trying to get 19 kids out of their car before they have to go to work at Starbucks. So yeah, this Black Friday, only 12 deaths, and I say only 12 deaths. I think more people get bitten by sharks in 1 year than the 12 deaths on Black Friday. So there you go. That's the death count on Black Friday. Now, Black Friday, I didn't go into the stores. I actually did all my shopping online. And I didn't do it on Black Friday. I waited for Cyber Monday. Actually, I researched it on Sunday and didn't do my shopping until I found out exactly what I wanted, until I think it was the Tuesday after Cyber Monday. That's how the days of the week work, Trav. So I bought a couple things online, and I'll tell you about those here in the next couple podcasts ago, because they haven't come in yet, and I don't want to spoil the fun. But I did order, I had everything in my cart on Tuesday morning, and, I double checked with my wife. I'm like, are you sure, you want to pull the trigger on this? And we were going through Best Buy at the time, and of course it's electronic stuff, and I'm sitting there, I'm like going, I'm waiting for her to get back to me. And she's like going, yes, go ahead and buy it. Everything's good. Let's go. And I go to click on it to buy it. And I got online that morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. And by the time she got back to me, business meeting after business meeting, and, busy woman and stuff. And she gets back to me. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I go, okay, it's still in my cart. We should still be good. She's like, okay, buy it. Click on it. Not available in your area. Fucking sold out. And sure enough, I went to Amazon. Amazon had the same exact thing that we wanted, the whole entire package and everything. And total, altogether, it was $200 less. Now, it didn't show up immediately on Cyber Monday, and it didn't show up immediately that Tuesday morning when I was looking for it. But sure enough, later on that afternoon, bam, there it was on their website. We got that, and I'll get into that a little bit later, the next couple podcasts, because there'll be lots of pictures taken. Now, in Walmart, you guys shop at Walmart? We have to. I say we have to. We kind of do. There's a big super Walmart here, and like I said, it's 35 miles or 35-minute to drive somewhere to go to Walmart. Now, and we'll get into the self-checkout here in a little bit, but some people are having fun with the Walmart. You ever lost anyone at Walmart and you have to do the greeter thing? I've never done the greeter. Not that I haven't done the greeter thing, not the greeter like hello, but you've lost someone in the store. Would, Mr. and Mrs. Smith come pick up their child? Now, I worked at Toys R Us right out of high school, and we never used to say there's a lost child in the store, because the parents, there could be like kitty touchers out there. So we would say that the child has lost his or her parents. And then the parents will come in. So, little Susie's lost her parent. Or actually what we said was, we have 2 lost parents in the store. Susie's up here waiting for her lost parents to get up here and something about buy the stuff that she has on the table or something. Or if not, we're going to give it to her for free or something like that. And the parents would run up there real quick. But in Walmart, this guy has kind of use the whole paging system a little loosely, and kind of brought in this news article that everyone's talking about. And now it's gotten kind of funny. It's a sad situation as far as what actually happened to the person, and we're talking about Epstein because of the child trafficking and all that stuff. But this guy thought it would be funny to have this lady page this person in Walmart. Now listen carefully to what he actually had her say.
Good afternoon, Walmart customers. If I may have your attention, please. Will a Mr. Clinton Killdepstein meet your party at the grocery entrance? Mr. Clinton Killdepstein, please go to grocery entrance to meet with your party. Thank you.
Ready for this?
You.
Let me know if he doesn't show up in like in 5 minutes.
Okay.
And come back and I'll do it again.
Thank
you. Yeah, I don't think he's going to show up in 5 minutes. So he had this lady call, and I guess she's clueless or out of touch. Mr. Clinton Killdepstein, 2 separate words, Clinton Killdepstein, over the PA system. So he had her call over the PA system. I guess she didn't get it. And if he doesn't show up, you let me know so I can repage again. All right, well, there you go. Now, when we come back, I'm going to get into the self-checkout thing. I know a lot of people hate the self-checkout, but I think it's gotten a lot better. And I'd rather do it myself than let other people do it, because I'll get into that here in a little bit. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back.
Subscribe to Deacon Live wherever you listen to podcasts. Search for Deacon Live, and please give us a nice review.
Follow us on Facebook.
Sportos, Motorheads, Geeks, Sluts,
Keyword
Buzz, Wave Stories,
Prophet
Dweeby,
Radio.
Dickheads, they on the door if they think he's a righteous dude.
Where's my swag? Where's my swag?
You're listening to
Deacon Live.
Deacon Live.
Deacon Live.
Welcome back to Deacon Live. My name is the Deacon. Give us a call anytime at the Queen City studio at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at 407-448-8800. We are located just outside of Charlotte in a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. Now, give you an update. Speaking of online purchasing and stuff, a few podcasts back, I talked about the BlueCrate. They basically put your face on a ski mask so it looks like it's your face through the eye holes and stuff like that. And I called them, and they're in the UK, so of course I can't get a hold of them. And so I wrote them an email saying, hey, look, this is my mask that I bought back in October 10th. Still has not come in. Email returned back to me, says, it looks like it's lost in transit. I'm like going, okay, so how long before you guys were going to find this out? And they responded, we can do another one for you, but it's going to take another 10 days plus shipping plus going through customs and stuff. I'm like, no. I said, this is unacceptable, because as soon as I purchased your product, I was getting all these advertisements for other stuff that you guys do. Now, you should have some kind of SOP or some kind of system check or something in the works that says, when your order is fulfilled, how did you enjoy your product? Kind of like a follow-up review, customer service-wise. And they were like, oh, we don't have anything like that. I'm like going, well, if you did and you had a company and you were worth your weight in gold, blah, 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 that you would have this kind of system check that the order that was purchased, sent out, did not arrive. You should get a confirmation that the product arrived. Well, tough shit basically is what they told me. Now this is BlueCrate.com. And I said, well, what do you want us to do about it? I said, well, first of all, I want my money back. Second of all, you're going to make me the mask for free and send it out to me. And third, I want, a credit to your store so I can buy stuff and hand it out as a good faith to all my listeners here on the Deacon Live podcast. Turned around, they said, nope, not going to do any of that. We'll give you your money back. Tough shit. See you later. Piss off, you wanker. So that's BlueCrate.com. I tried. I've got emails, probably 6 or 7 back and forth with them. They said, no, tough shit, Yankee. You ain't getting nothing from us. All right, so there you go. That's just watch out what you purchase as far as off the Facebook page over the old internet and stuff. And update on my mom. My mom still hasn't called me, so I don't know what's going on there. I know phone works both ways, Deacon. You can call her. No, got some other stuff I got to do. So I know I'm losing points on that end. Smack you with this one, and then kind of rub your hair with this one, right? So a double-edged sword is the whole. A lot of people, when you have a shopping cart full of stuff. And let me give you a little background story or a little background history on myself. Now, Home Depot was one of the first retail outlets that incorporated the self-checkout. And the reason why the self-checkout doesn't really work at Home Depot as well is because when you have nuts and bolts and washers and things that don't have barcodes on it, it gets kind of frustrating. I don't have that big, they always throw that big book up there with the stepping stones and is this a galvanized washer or is it a zinc washer? I don't know. I just grabbed it from the thing. You're supposed to know this, not me. So the self-checkout at Home Depot gets really, really time-consuming and frustrating. Now, at Walmart, when I got a shopping cart full of food and items and stuff, I really don't go for household items like furniture or anything like that. I normally go for food items because it's a super Walmart and I can get all my stuff in one-stop shopping. It never fails. I will separate everything the way I want it on the conveyor belt. And the lady, it's always here we go. Roll tape. Some lady older lady. She's retired, probably doesn't have a very high education. I hate to say that, but probably doesn't have a high education. Will sit there as the stuff comes down the conveyor belts and picks what she wants to put in the bag instead of the way I've got it lined up. You know, here's all my box stuff, here's all my bag stuff, here's all my produce stuff, here's all my cold stuff, and I want all my, like your dressings and stuff that are same shaped. You know, you don't care, you know, where they go in as long as they're the same shape. Like, so salad dressing and barbecue sauce and ketchup all go in that, you know, it's the same shape. So 9 times out of 10, the lady at the cash register, or it's a young kid, it's their first job. They don't understand how to, you know, scan with one hand. They'll scan it, hand it to their other, put it in their other hand, their other paw, and stick it in the bag. Grab another item with the right hand, scan it, put it in their left hand, and then stick it in the bag. I'm like going, there's a step in between there you can eliminate completely. Just kind of scam and you know, square yourself up at the plate, kid. You know, grab stuff and start sticking it right there in the bag. You know, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, let me make sure I got the right screen up. Yep. So you're going left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. You can stick it in the bag, kind of like you're shoveling shit into a 10-pound bag. Now, they've got the new self-checkout at Walmart, and I got nervous when I first went through it. Now, first time I was going to go through it, I had my wife with me. Big mistake. Don't have your wife go with you. If you want it bagged the way you have it set up on the line, do it yourself. So, of course, I've been grocery shopping for the household. My wife is, you know, she's a busy woman. She's, you know, doing the horse stuff and taking care of this and that and her, you know, all that stuff. So I go grocery shopping. I love it. I love it. Gets me out of the house. And I do things the way this guy, 2 thumbs to me, this guy wants to do it. So I line everything up on the conveyor belt, and I scan and put it in the bag and scan, and then I get nervous. I get nervous because then I get the produce. Now, they fixed the produce at Walmart, and they actually have numbers, little numbers, like when you, little 4-digit SKU numbers for the bananas and SKU numbers for the avocados that I buy or the tomatoes or anything like that. So it's a really, really nice thing to do. It's an enjoyable experience. Walmart, you've done a great job with the self-checkout. The only weird part is normally when you're when you've got 15 cashiers, you'll see 5 to 6 people standing in line waiting to push their, you know, grub down the line, waiting for the cashier to go through all the stuff. And then that awkward point where you ready for this one? The awkward point where the person's finished putting their groceries on the conveyor belt, and they put the little, you know, the little escutcheon or whatever they call it on the conveyor belt, and then you start putting your food and stuff on the conveyor belt, and then the person up front doesn't move because they haven't paid or anything, and now your food and stuff is literally like chest level at what they're doing. And you're like going, God, you just feel kind of awkward, like going, don't touch my stuff, don't touch my stuff. I'm back here behind my shopping cart, and she's there in front of and behind her shopping cart. It's just a weird situation. But you don't see the lines. Now, when you have the self-checkout, I mean, you do see the lines. When you have the self-checkout, you don't see the lines because you literally don't want to sit there. Think about it this way. You've got this woman who's got their kid in the shopping cart, and they're trying to put all their stuff on the shopping cart, and you're standing behind them. So you're literally, instead of you being mad at the cashier for taking forever to check out, you're now literally, it's a lot of pressure on you if you've got someone waiting behind you and you're trying to check out. Self-checkout, you're like, oh, I'm sorry, mister. I'm doing the fastest I can. And it's a little, so you don't want to pile up on someone because now you're the cashier. You're the one running the conveyor belt. To get your shit off there, oh, now I got to pay cash. And you're trying to pull out the cash, and you put the dollar bill in like at the soda machine, and it spits it back out. And you're looking down the line, and there's 2 or 3 people behind you going, come on, lady, get with the times. Get a credit card, debit card, EBT card, whatever you got to do. Oh, I'm sorry, so sorry. You won't take my dollar. And it's all crumpled and stuff. But that's a lot of pressure. But for the most part, I don't see that happening. I see it's a real enjoyable time, especially at my Walmart. There's 20 self-checkout lines. And at any given time, there's probably 15 of them that are active. Like there's someone actually standing on them. And they're doing a good job. But you just feel bad standing behind someone when it gets really busy. Now, Thanksgiving time, same thing. Wasn't real busy at all. I saw they only have like 3 cashier lines open at the opposite end. I want your opinion on that. Have you used it before? And if you have, I want your feedback on it. So go to ProphetRadio.com, click on the Be Heard section, click on that, and tell us what you think as far as good experience or bad experience. I'd like to hear from you. And something that we're doing right now, we have a new sponsor that's come on board. It's called NakedWines.com, and we have a $100 gift card to shop online with them. And what we'll do is we'll pick someone at random, and that'd be great to get some wine and stuff for your Christmas party coming up. Deadline's going to be December 20th. December 20th on the deadlines for all you guys to click on the Be Heard section and leave us a comment as far as anything that you've heard on the podcast, whether it be the Walmart shopping line, Black Friday, or anything of that nature. $100 gift card to someone at random. Deadline is December 20th. When we come back, there is a movie that's going to get a reboot. One of our favorite Christmas movies that are out there is going to get a reboot with a little bit of twist. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back.
Subscribe to Deacon Live wherever you listen to podcasts. Search for Deacon Live, and please give us a nice review.
Follow us on Facebook.
Sportos, motorheads, geeks, sluts.
Keyword
Buzz, wave stories.
Prophet
Dweeby.
Radio.
Dickheads, they on the door if they think he's a righteous dude.
Where's my swag? Where's my swag? Where's my cricket swag?
You're listening to
Deacon Live.
Deacon Live. Deacon Live.
Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Make sure you go to Prophet Radio, join our members only section, and you get to hear all the behind the scenes stuff, the bad calls, and all the stuff. It's a small join. It's free for that. Make sure you do that and become a supporter of the Deacon Live podcast as well. Now, one thing. Before I get into the movie that's getting a revamp or a reboot with a twist, what are you guys doing for Christmas? Because my wife and I, we're up here in North Carolina by ourselves, and we had our family and everything that came up for Thanksgiving. But now we're at the point where normally it was the 3 of us, myself, my wife, and her father, my father-in-law, her dad, and unfortunately he passed away this past spring. And so it's just the 2 of us, and everyone else in the family's got like stuff to do. I say stuff to do. They all have their side of the family that they're going to hang out and visit and stuff. And my side of the family, they're all busy doing what their stuff, being judgmental and bigots and whatnot. So my wife and I were like going, so what are we going to do? Well, this year we shopped online and got ourselves a little present between the 2 of us. But I mean, for the following years, we were planning on like doing trips for Christmas. A lot of people do that. You know, they treat themselves to something, or they go away on holidays. Or I know people that go to the theme parks. Living in Orlando, they go to the theme parks and stuff. So this year, this year we're doing something just between the 2 of us. And then I think the next couple of years coming, we're planning on doing trips, and a cabin in the woods or a train ride would be cool through the mountains or something. So that's what we're kind of looking at doing for our Christmas. If you have any ideas for something for us to do, like I said, go to the Prophet Radio website and go to the Be Heard section and drop us a line. Let us know, give us some ideas of what we can do. Just the 2 of us. We're young, we're active, we're physically motivated. We can walk around and climb around and stuff. Make sure there's a bar or something close by and plenty of places to eat. And you could win a $100 gas card. Not gas card, sorry. $100 wine gift certificate from NakedWines.com. Oh, so a new movie or old movie that's getting a reboot. Everyone's doing reboots now. It's the TV shows are getting reboots. Rock bands are coming out, and they're all rebooting themselves. We were talking about Def Leppard and Motley Crue are getting together. Just saw something the other day. The Eagles are getting back together. Really? Honestly, Shelley, are we doing that? I think the Doobie Brothers are doing something stupid. Who else? I think I saw Tesla as well. All these 80s bands and 90s bands, not 90s, but you know what I mean, hair metal bands are getting together and doing some kind of reunion tour again. Now, there's a movie. It's a famous movie. It's one of like the top 5 Christmas movies. It's getting rebooted. Now, here's the original trailer here.
When the McAllister family left on their Christmas vacation,
Did we miss the flight? No, you just made it.
they forgot one small thing.
Have yourself
I've a terrible feeling. Did you lock up?
let yourself be light.
Do we set the timers on the lights?
Mm-hmm. What else could we be forgetting?
Our troubles will be ours.
Kevin!
Home Alone.
So Home Alone, the classic movie, Home Alone with Kevin McAllister, or Macaulay Culkin, is getting a reboot. Now, tongue-in-cheek, guess who's doing the reboot? The reboot is none other than Ryan Reynolds. Now, if you don't know who Ryan Reynolds is, he's the guy who was in Two Men in a Pizza Shop, or what was the name of that sitcom? Two Men in a Pizza Shop. After that, I really don't think he did anything. He did a couple movies, a movie called like Green Lantern. I don't think it went anywhere. He did a Deadpool. That got horrible ratings. No, I'm just kidding. So Ryan Reynolds, he was sitting down with StudioExec.com. And they asked him about the movie that he's producing, and I think he's directing it as well. And it says a lot of people are asking you the questions on your decisions to remake Home Alone. His response was, "Yes, it's such a beloved movie, and I'm the only asshole that would try to redo it. But what can I say? I'm an asshole." So he goes, "Well, how would the original movie be different from the first one?" Well, it's essentially the same plot, Reynolds says. But Kevin now has grown up, and he has actually turned into one of the Wet Bandits. He's taken over for the original Wet Bandits. And so they said, "Well, how does that happen?" And he goes, "Well, because in the story that you don't know, Kevin McAllister actually killed his parents and got at the age of 16, was released when he was 30, and he, because of all the trauma and stuff of being left home and stuff, he got out on good behavior. He has no family anymore because he's killed them, and he has no place to live. So he's actually trying to get back into society and to make money. And the way he makes money is he goes around and robs people. And Ryan Reynolds says he's actually going to have the one kid from The Sixth Sense as well. Sixth Sense? Yeah, Sixth Sense. And both of them are going to be the Wet Bandits, and they're going to go around and rob houses and stuff. So they said, "That sounds great. When can we look for this remake?" And they said Home Alone will be due out. Home Alone, the remake, will be due out in 2020. So there you go. Ryan Reynolds is redoing the Home Alone with Kevin McAllister as the Wet Bandit, and he'll be going out robbing houses and stuff. It sounds like a dark comedy to me. I don't know. You tell us what you think about it. Now, when you go rob people, now one of the things that people are out there buying for this holiday season, online purchases and whatnot, electronics is always a big hit. Now, PlayStation has now come out and said that once the PSP here in the United States and the Play Vista, which is actually released in Japan, it's almost the same thing. Once these two consoles have completely sold out, PlayStation itself is getting out of the handheld physical game system, the handheld game system. Now, I remember when I worked at Toys R Us, the Game Boy. I was there during the Game Boy time, and everyone wanted the Game Boy. Game Boy, Game Boy, Game Boy. I remember it was like $300, and it went down to like $200, and it went down to $150. And then Sega came out, and Sega came out with the handheld system called the Game Gear. And I had the Game Gear because it was full color. I had it. It was awesome. It was like, I think I spent my whole paycheck on it. And for a 40-hour a week, my paycheck was like $210. And I think I paid $199 for it. So I actually had to come out of pocket to get it. But it was full color. And I only had the one game, the Sonic the Hedgehog game. That's all I wanted to play. I'm not one of those guys that have like 15 games. And I have to, switch them out, switch them out, switch them out. Even today, I only play one game. I play the Call of Duty game, World War II. I try playing the other ones. I just can't focus in on one game or multiple games at a time. So the Game Gear I had worked great, loved it. Graphics were great and everything. Now, PlayStation, once this year has gone by, they're focusing more of their energy on the PlayStation 5. They're actually saying we're stopping production of the PSP and the Play Vista, which is available over in Japan and Europe and stuff. We're concentrating all our efforts on the new PlayStation 5, and they're trying to get it out before next holiday of 2020. Now, one thing that they have, and I talked about this last podcast, is at Thanksgiving, the cousin-in-law husband or whatever had the iPhone, whatever, the new iPhone with the 16 cameras on the backside, and he had the PlayStation controller and was playing Call of Duty. He was playing Call of Duty right there on his phone, and the phone was keeping up with it. I don't know. I didn't really get into. I should have dove in a little bit more with him on that, but he was playing it like Call of Duty. I mean, he's got the little. It's a smaller PlayStation remote control that was wired into his phone. He's sitting there playing Call of Duty on his phone, and the graphics and the response time was excellent. That's the way to go. If you're going to do a handheld thing, PlayStation can, eliminate building the actual unit, send out all the information to our phone, make sure your phone's got a good connection, blah, 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 and then do it that way. But for the most part, after these things sell out, at the end of this year, no more handheld devices will be made by PlayStation. They're going to focus on the PS5, which I don't know. I don't know how much more can that thing get. Is it going to be 3D? They tried 3D companies have tried 3D for a while. I don't know. I haven't dived, backflipped, triple lending into the PlayStation 5 thing. I just got my PlayStation 4 last year. I don't want to mess with the PlayStation 5 yet. I want to play with the PlayStation 4. I'm still getting into it. Anyways. When we come back, we're going to take this place a little bit lighter. And hopefully you guys will stay with us here for the next couple segments. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on ProphetRadio. I'll be right back. Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live. Give us a call here at the station anytime at 407-448-8800. We are live from the Queen City studio located just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, in a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, join our social networks, and also this video or this episode will be live or uploaded to our YouTube channel. And you can see all the stuff that we do here. You can also see screenshots, actual live as we're talking about the articles and stuff. You can see it on the screen, so you can get a feel of what's going on here inside the studio. We call it Under the Tent, so you come under the tent with us, and you can see all the stuff that in real time what we're doing here in the studio. One thing I do like to say, I'd like to thank, is pulled the numbers the other day, and we've got some new listeners in France, which is great, who downloads the Deacon Live podcast, and the way you can do that is go to iHeartMedia, Spotify, iTunes, TuneIns, and I think there's like 15, 16 other main platforms that we broadcast on. Hold on. My wife decided to start up the side-by-side downstairs in the garage, so I had to go down there and, hey, get out of here. I can hear that. So, again, lost track. Oh, subscribers. Sorry, my wife was downstairs. She fired up the side-by-side down there. I'm like going, hey, go, get out of the garage. We can hear you. Oh, I didn't know you were still up there. Yeah, the on-air light's on. That means silence. Anyways, so I'd like to thank our listeners. We have new listeners in France. Also Canada, which is weird. Maybe they're, because Canada, Quebec, and they're kind of joined somehow. And then also I'd like to thank Tampa Bay, Florida. Holy mackerel. You guys have stepped it up. You've kicked it out of the park. You've tackled it. You put it down in your pocket and you said, I'm gonna keep this for everyone and share it with everyone all at the same time. So we have a new listener base, a thicker listener base. We always had a listener base in Tampa, but I could see the numbers just almost like tripled the other day. So I'd like to thank all those. And then France and Canada. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? You're crazy. Crazy people out there. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And one person that is gotten crazy or getting crazy, Will Nelson, I guess, at the age of 105, has decided to quit smoking weed. Now, that doesn't mean that he's going to stop taking weed, but I saw an article that says Willie Nelson has thrown in his roach, and I'm going to say in borrow, he's trading it in for some gummy bears, some edibles, all that stuff. I guess the smoke is getting to his health, or the carcinogens in the smoke. Not that there's anything in weed smoke that bad, but I guess he's 90. He's 402. Let him do what he wants. So I had a comedian, Gretchen B, says, who's the first one who wants to cut his pigtails off, roll it up and smoke his pigtails? Because I'm pretty sure you could probably get high off his pigtails. We'll see what happens there. Let's see, cross that off. List. Now, one thing I do want to say one more time is make sure you go to the Be Heard section and get in line, or get your, how do I want to word this? So the beginning of the year is coming up, or the end of the year, however you want to look at it. Glass half full, glass half empty. We normal people do, resolutions and stuff. Here at Deacon Live, we always do predictions. We do predictions for the following year. So, if one year I said maybe Burger King comes out on top, or something simple. It's got to be entertainment or news related. You can't say my brother's going to get pregnant or get thrown in jail, because we don't know your brother, and chances are he's already going to jail or anything like that. So we do predictions here at Deacon Live. Now, it can be anything from politics. Trump is going to be impeached and whoever's going to take over. It could be entertainment-wise. It could be news, but it can't be already out there. Like you can say Gremlins 5 is coming out, or Home Alone reboot really fell through, or whatever the case may be. So it's got to be your own personal predictions. So get those in line, get them written down, go to ProphetRadio.com, click on Be Heard, get those in here, and win a chance for a $100 gift card from NakedWines.com. Now, I'm not a wine drinker. I will drink mixed drinks now and then. Have you seen the Christmas margarita that's come out? They'll do anything, won't they? Christmas margaritas. So here you go. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, make sure I'm on the right screen. Yes, I am. Christmas margaritas. So it's ice, coconut milk, lime juice, tequila, triple set. Put it in a blender. Put some lime on the edge for your salt. Pour it all in there. It's kind of frothy and stuff. Stick some more limes in there, some cranberries. Boom. There you go. Christmas margaritas. I like margaritas. For whatever reason, my wife does not like them with salt. She's like, I don't want salt. I don't like them frozen. I want them on the rocks at any given time, which I think is weird. I thought, girls like the fruity stuff, but she's brass tacks right into it. Now, another company, let's get a little serious one more time before I get to the lighter stuff. So, following people on Facebook and following people on Facebook, your social networks and stuff, there's a company out there that right now is getting a really, really hard backlash on the way they release their material. When I say release their material, for example, on your Facebook on your feed, you can scroll through it and you always see like the same 15 to 20 to 25 people at any given time, and you've got like over 2,000, 3,000 subscribers like I do. Baller! But TikTok is the newest company right now that actually has been caught. Now, if you don't know what TikTok is, and they just got caught suppressing a lot of feeds from people that are, if you don't know what TikTok is, let's get into what TikTok is first.
So, remember Vine? Well, TikTok is kind of like a new incarnation of that, except it's got a few more features and it's Chinese owned.
Stand out, be creative, delight and amaze.
Users can share 15-second videos of themselves doing, well, anything. But some of the most common themes are lip syncing, dancing, and comedic skits.
Netflix and Pop-Tarts.
Filters, music and animations are all part of the act. Like most social media apps, you can follow your favourites and like and comment. You can also live stream, and it's easy to repost content on other platforms. Most users are 24 and under.
So there you go. That's TikTok. It's kind of like just a small little quick Snapchat type thing, but they have a lot more filters and stuff. Now, TikTok actually is coming under the gun right now. So TikTok, the social network video app with more than 1 billion downloads globally, admitted Tuesday of setting the policies that suppress the reach and content of its creators by users to assume to be vulnerable to cyberbullying. So they're taking it upon themselves to say that some of these people could be cyberbullied, and we don't want those videos to be out there. And how do they determine that? Well, they've got a group of people that actually sit down and watch the videos within 15 seconds and say, no, this person could be bullied. And they put a flag on them. Now, it's not, they don't give them parameters and stuff, but they put a flag on what the person thinks that they're susceptible to be bullied at. What they found out after, I think, 2 years of this study, that all the flags are being put on people that were disabled, people with autism, people with Down syndrome, or some facial or birthmark or some kind of defect in themselves. So the admission came from the German company Netzpolitz, reported that TikTok asked moderators to watch the 15-second things of the videos. Now, a list of flagged users were obtained, and it included people, like I said, with disabilities whose bios included hashtags like fat woman, hashtag disabled, hashtag rainbows, hashtag LGBTQ, and other identifiers that they thought that people would be cyberbullying. So TikTok has admitted to suppressing a lot of your videos. So let's say, for example, you're a handicapped fat woman who's in the LGBT, the lettuce, bacon, tomato community. Your video, why is my video popping up? Well, because TikTok has flagged you somehow to think that you might not be well enough to handle cyberbullying, or you will be vulnerable to cyberbullying. So that's why, I mean, there could be a class action lawsuit, but you really have to, I mean, that's 100 billion people. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work, but that's what's going to happen. Then one thing for all you people out there for Christmas, not to know what to get your non-Christmas friends. And when I say non-Christmas friends, your Jewish friends. They get left out of everything. They're the last reindeer at the party. They get left out of all the cool stuff, all the stories as far as the Christmas holiday and stuff. But now, here's one thing you can get your Jewish friend and your Jewish millennial friend, and they will love it till Yom Kippur. Make your highs last for 8 days with this bong menorah. It literally is a bong menorah. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles, which is basically bong reservoirs or for weed. Listen to me, you can tell I'm a novice. It's got the little cup for you to light your weed. And then what you do is, on the first day of Hanukkah, my true love said to me, what'd you say? On the second day of Hanukkah, my true love said to me, so you light up. I know it's horrible, but it is. It's a long glass. It looks about 2 feet long, and it's a bong menorah, where you just light every day that you light a candle for your 8 days of Hanukkah. You light a bong of weed or what they call a nug. What do the kids call it? Nug of weed. At least they're not vaping. That's a little bit more safer. This guy right here. So there you go. And when we come back, are your kids ready for St. Nicholas? Do they still believe in old St. Nick and Santa Claus? Well, they might after this. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on ProphetRadio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. My name is the Deacon. Make sure you go to Deacon Live, or actually go to ProphetRadio.com. Click on the Be Heard section. We are giving away a $100, wine voucher from NakedWines.com. You can see it right here on the YouTube channel. There it is in my hand. And we picked someone at random, and you got all the way till December 20th to get on board with that. You can leave a message based on all the topics we talked about on this show or any past shows. All you do is click on Be Heard, opens up a microphone on your PC, on your laptop, on your phone, and leave us a message. It goes right to our studio here, and then we play it on the next podcast, and you could win a chance for $100. I got to read right here. Wine voucher for NakedWines.com. Now, so with so many households, I hate to use this, for so many households out there with split families, father, stepmom, mother, stepdad, there's a child in the middle, and you always wonder what to do around. I'm sure the holidays are frantic for both parties. If it's not frantic for both parties, it's just frantic for the kids themselves. Now, this one website is capitalizing. They're not a sponsor of us, so you can say all the bad words you want. But I thought it was kind of cool. Even if, let's say it's a married couple and the father's traveling all the time, or the mother's traveling all the time. And, I thought Daddy would be home for Christmas, and they didn't leave me alone at the house with the wet bandits or whatever the Home Alone story involved. So this website right here, and I want you to see, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, is called OriginalSantaLetters.com. Now, if you want to be the number one parent, or joint together number one parent, or if you want to use it to your benefit, however it is, you go right ahead. But the OriginalSantaLetters.com, and I didn't get to see how much it is because they're not a sponsor of the show, so I just saw this thing. Each order comes with, you ready for this? Each letter comes with a Santa addressed to your child, praising him or her, and their best friends and all that stuff. You've been, and all the accolades that come with that. There's 4 things that you get in this package. Also, there's a page, quote unquote, torn out of Santa's nice list. So your child's name will appear on this list. So it looks like it came right out of the Santa's notebook. Also, it shows a map of where your child lives, which is kind of creepy. I don't know how they do that. And then it also says, you know, here's a good boy or good girl certificate with the child's name on it and stamped with a golden seal to show that your child was actually good this year. Now, you be careful. You do this like 2 or 3 years in a row, and then your child gets old enough, and then you're like going, you know, into the teen years, and you're like going, you're not getting a new car, and you pull out, the child pulls out all these gold stamp certificates going, well, according to Santa, when I was 9 to 13, I was awesome, because there's the gold seal right here on the bottom. But nonetheless, there is a company called OriginalSantaLetters.com, and I don't know how much it is. Like I said, they're not a sponsor of the show, but I just wanted to, it was kind of cool. You can click on it, and it actually sends a personal letter to your child, especially anytime you get something physically in the mail. Kids don't know about the internet at a certain age, so anytime they get a letter in the mail, especially if it's from Santa, whoo, you are a champion. So, and there you go. So I want you guys to know, we appreciate all of our new listeners out there in Canada and France. We have more listeners every day. And the way we get new listeners is for you guys out there to share us, like us, comment on us, and subscribe to all our podcasts at any given time. So on behalf of my wife, who interrupted the show there for a minute, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for listening to us and putting up with us for the last hour or so. I'll let you get back to what you got to do. My name is the Deacon saying goodnight and goodnight.
Oh, no. Wait. Come back.
This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.